Hi, everybody. It is Saturday, January 7th. I've been sitting here going over Lyle's tunes, potential ones, and all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I just found out that our band for this acoustic tour is Luke Bulla on vocals and violin, and Jeff White on mandolin, acoustic guitar, and vocals. Myself, Lyle, and Jim Cox is going to be on it on piano. So this should be really great, a really intimate approach to his music with this kind of an instrumentation and stuff. So really excited about that. And I believe we start at the end of the month in Santa Fe and then work our way south. It's all pretty much in the south on this one. And just got back from taking the boys for a walk, and they were visiting every blade of grass, and they said hi to a few people out there on the walk. They are the social butterflies with a deep bark, but I love it. And it's a little cloudy today. Theoretically, we might have another rain coming in tomorrow, maybe late tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. I'm hoping not Wednesday, because Wednesday's when the immediate family flies back to New York, and I've got a baggage and my bass case, my bass trunk to take and stuff, and if it's raining, it makes it a real pain in the ass once you've parked, because I just drive my truck down to the and park in the Wally Park down at LAX, and if it's not raining, then I like to walk from there to the terminal. Just get a little exercise before getting on a plane and sitting on my butt for almost 6 hours, whatever the flight is. But so we'll see what happens. We need the rain, but I'll play it by ear on this one. Today I'm going to go visit a project that I hadn't heard since we did it, and I found it. And I'm going to go ahead and play a few songs from this album, which we recorded in 1976. And it's with Wayne Newton, kind of Mr. Las Vegas, Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Entertainer. He's been like a staple of the Vegas Strip for decade upon decade. And started out as, he was a kid when he did Dankeschön. I think he was a teenager when he did that, and it was a big hit for him. But so we did this album, and it's called Tomorrow. Now, the thing that was fun about this was, well, I'll tell you who's on this one. First off, it's an amazing lineup of characters on this one. I shared bass duties on this with Jim Hewart. I think the tracks I've got are some of the ones I played on. It's Hal Blaine on drums. On this, we've got Lee Ritenour, Steve Cropper, Ben Benet, and Dan Ferguson on guitar. David Paich and David Foster on piano and keys, and also Tom Hensley from Neil Diamond's band on keys. Also, the percussionist on this was Gary Coleman, and it's Wayne Newton on vocals. John Madera was the producer, and Joe Renzetti is the arranger on this. And the concert master for the orchestral stuff is Sid Sharp, the great Sid Sharp. And Matt Hyde, who did some of our section recording, is the engineer on this. Now, the thing that we did this at Western Recorders, which is now East West Studios, which was Cello Studios. But when we did this, it was all a part of a complex back in the day of United Western, where you had United Studios, which became Ocean Way, just almost next door. There was a building between the two of them. But United was the very first studio I ever was in 1967. When we were doing our album with our band, the band I was in, Group Therapy, that Mike Post produced. And we were too young and inexperienced. We weren't allowed to play on our record. It was the Wrecking Crew who played on that record. So that's a whole other story right there. But so the Western Recorders became all these things, and now it's East West. But I did a lot of records in Western Recorders. It looks incredible. The studios themselves to this day are pretty intact, but the interior of the building around the studios, the hallways and all that stuff, went from a real kind of workspace, just really cut and dry stuff, to almost like Blade Runner vibe inside. I've done, a while back, I did a walkthrough at East West. You can see that. But back in the day, we recorded Wayne's album, as I recall, in Studio 3, which is one of the smaller rooms. We were packed in pretty tight in there. I remember when Wayne arrived, he almost needed sunglasses. He was dazzling with rings and necklace and all this stuff, and it was really great. You kind of just go, wow, he's real. It's real. But when you walked out of the room going into the studio, there was a hallway, and right across from that, directly across from that door, was a little alcove area that had vending machines in it. And so we were on a break on, I think, the second day. We were there for, I think, 4 days recording, maybe 5. I don't remember that for sure. But we were on a break, kind of middle of the day session. And there was a guy restocking the vending machines. He had one of them open, putting candy bars and all this stuff in it. And we get out there. Well, Hal Blaine was one of the most notorious joke tellers ever. I mean, he had a radio show where he did all. I mean, he was an amazing guy. Had talent, like kind of in anything you talked about. Hal was great at it. Now, so we're out in the hallway, and Hal starts telling some jokes, and he would use dialects and everything. Mike Melvoin was pretty close to him in terms of joke telling. The great keyboard player Mike Melvoin. But so we're out there in the hallway dying because Hal's like firing off these jokes. I mean, he was amazing. Well, the guy who's restocking the vending machines is watching this all go down. There's a slight lull, I think, where Hal had to breathe, and this guy fired off a joke. And we all turned and looked at him, and Hal looked at him. The guy told a great joke. So Hal fired another one back at the guy. The guy fired another. It turned into like dueling banjos. The producer, John Madera, came out, and after about 15 minutes of these guys going at it, he just looked at us and he said, "The date's over for today. Let's just let this run its course," because we were going to be in more. And we kind of blew off the second day, the second session for the day. And these guys went at it for about an hour. I mean, they were both soaking wet with sweat. Man, just bam, 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 jokes going back. That's the kind of time where I go, God, I wish I would have had, if there was cell phone technology with a camera, it would have been fantastic to have filmed this interlude that took place between Hal and the vending machine guy. But it was one of the great things. So that's my memory of of this album with Wayne Newton. I mean, it was great and everything, but it was like one of those things where you go, holy crap, this is amazing. So I'm going to play a couple of songs from this. The first thing I'm going to play, let me pull this up and get some credit on here. First song I'm going to play is a Phil Everly song. These were all kind of covered songs. And this is When Will I Be Loved? This is what Linda Ronstadt did. Everly Brothers, everybody did this, but I'm going to play our Wayne Newton version. Oops, that's the wrong one. Where is it? Here it is. I got a few songs here. So this is When Will I Be Loved, Wayne Newton.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been made blue, I've been lied to. When will I be loved? When I meet a new girl that I want for mine, she always breaks my breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been turned down, I've been pushed round. When will I be loved? I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved?
I'm gonna throw in this. This is great too. I recorded this originally with Larry Weiss, who wrote this, and then Glenn Campbell had a massive hit with it, and then we cut it with Wayne Newton, and that's Rhinestone Cowboy. So here we go. But it was really fun working with Larry on the original of this, and then watching the life that this song took on. It was amazing. So here we go.
I've been walking these streets alone, singing the same old song. I know every crack on these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle is the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. A rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Offers coming over the phone. Well, I really don't mind the rain, and a smile can hide all the pain. But you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. And I dream of the things I'll do, with a subway token and a dollar tucked into my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna
That's a
be
funny
where the
word.
lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. A rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Offers coming over the phone. Rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. A rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah, it's just great. I love all this stuff. What do we got here? Hold on one sec. Let me see what this tune is. Oh, this is a Bee Gees song, "Run to Me." It was written by Barry Robin and Maurice Gibb. And here we go. Let me find this one. Here we go.
If ever you got rain in your heart, someone has hurt you and torn you apart. Am I unwise to open up your eyes to love me and let it be like they said it would be? Me loving you, girl, and you loving me. Am I unwise to open up your eyes to love? Come to me.
It's a great song. Beside you and no one to hold. Am I unwise to open up your eyes to love me? And when you got nothing to lose, nothing to pay for, and nothing to choose, am I unwise to open up your eyes to love? Come to me wherever you're lonely. Come to me if you need a shoulder. Now and then you need someone older. So darling, you run to me wherever you're lonely. Run to me if you need a shoulder. Now and then you need someone older. So darling, you run to me wherever you're lonely. Those guys wrote some great songs, really great songs. Hold on, that's not supposed to be here. Why the hell did that show up? Hold on one sec. Yeah, let me get rid of this. That just happened, my God. Kind of just blank. I know the Bee Gees wrote some really great songs, and it's really, I just love hearing Hal play. Hal had his own thing. He was really good. And the thing that was fun about these sessions that we would do back in those days, there was no click. So you weren't able to, like, sitting here with gritting it out on a click, and then you could just cut different takes together to get your perfect take, like it's done so much now because the tempo doesn't change. But in those days, there was no click. So you were going for performance. It was top to bottom. It wasn't saying, well, we'll take the chorus from this one and move it over here and all that. You really couldn't, because it was movement within the songs, because they were breathing, they were organic. It wasn't this, completely gridded out thing. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but it's a different thing. So it was fun in those days, just from the standpoint that you were really going, every take was a performance on it. And sometimes you'd nail it in the first or second take. Sometimes you'd have 12 takes. You never knew, until somebody finally said, that's enough, got done. I'll do one more tune here for you. This is a beautiful, beautiful song. Billy Preston and Bruce Fisher wrote this, and it's You Are So Beautiful. So again, this is from Wayne Newton's 1976 album called Tomorrow. So let me get this next one going here, and then I will move on to the rest of my day. This is a great song. Joe Cocker's version.
You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful.
this on stage, playing to the gals in the audience. Yeah.
Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful, so
It's one of those songs that's been covered by so many people. Great, great song. Also, boy, I have to think back to when I got to work on with Billy Preston and Sarita, and I featured a previous video about working with them, which was really great. So I've got work to do on Lyle songs today, and I'm going to spend a few hours now and then get out, do maybe some yard work, and then jump back into some more. So I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful day, and be back tomorrow, Sunday. So just have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.